blue button?
Nothing.
Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
Ooh, that smell! Doom, 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 doom. Can't you smell that smell? Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, that smell! I can smell a Grizzlies, I don't know, around me. I tried all morning to come up with something to make sense, and I couldn't, and I just wanted to sing Skinner with you.
Hey, listen, if you want to start the show with Skinner, I may be here every day. That's just...
I tried to be creative and cute, and I was like, "No, we're doing Skinner. We're doing Skinner."
Yeah.
The goats. Welcome to the Daily Grind, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker, and speaking of goats, I got the goat, Uncle Buck Drew Gann, with me, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I miss you so much. You know, this used to be at minimum twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week thing, and thankfully for Jared and that he was able to step up, and my boss, you know, probably was also happy that Jared stepped up. But, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And routinely now, I'm just like, it's 7:30. I wish I was talking to Luke. So
Same. Not talking to me, but talking to you.
Yeah.
I don't wish I was talking to myself in the morning. I do. It's like
you talk to yourself all day. Don't lie.
all day.
You can't miss yourself if you never stop talking.
Nope. So. And I'm home a lot. I'm home a lot by myself right now. And boy, howdy, it is not fun.
Things get weird when you're by yourself for too long. I know. College.
When it's me and 4 animals of varying sizes and personalities, it just doesn't go great.
Who needs friends when you have 3 cats and a dog?
Yeah, not me. This got sad really quick. Kind of like
I was meaning that as a compliment.
The Grizzlies game last night got sad really quick. Maybe. Which shout out everybody in the comments. Which if you are in the comments hanging out with us, I see Jared, I see Grizz Girl. Thank you guys. If you're watching on Twitter, saying what's up, brother. If you guys are on Twitter, go hang out with the cool folks on YouTube. That's where all the stuff's happening. But let's talk about this game. You talked about it a little last night with Francis. Grizzlies lost 101-111. They were up 100-99 down the stretch.
Yeah, and it just kind of went weird. It just kind of went left.
That's the nicest way I've heard it put. It just went left. It just went left on us.
It just went left. You know, the whole game, it's like, oh, here we go. This is fun. I'm having a lot of fun watching this basketball game. I've watched now 2 minutes of this game, 45 minutes of this game, but I'm still having fun. What could happen? And then they're just like, oh, here's the last 2 minutes. All right, spread your legs. Let me kick you in them nuts like 8 times. And that's what happened.
It was literally like we thought we could experience something nice for a second. We were like, this is pretty good. And then the basketball gods were like, you know what? Hold my beer. And then they did what you said. They like spread the legs out and just pop, 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 pop for no reason.
I mean, it was like, I'd imagine I haven't made it to 40 yet and had to get my, prostate checked, but I imagine that's what it's like. He's like, you dread, it's coming all day long. You've got this appointment at the proctologist department, and you're just like, okay, well, I know what's going to happen at the end of this, but how in the world do we get there? And then you wait, and you're like, oh, man, I don't think the doctor's going to come up. I don't think the doctor's going to show. I think I may get out of here without an examination. And then right in the 11th hour, you hear the glove snap on the doctor's wrist, and he says, it's time. Put your hands on that table over there.
You hear that before he comes in. You're like, I'm going to get out of this. And then you hear
it's like the Undertaker's bell. It's like, dong. Oh. Here he comes. This is how I die. It was just, it was funny. What sucks was like, Jared says the last shot the Grizzlies make was Cedric's three. That was no doubt the pinnacle of the night. I was in it. I thought there's no way that we are going to escape this game with a win. Cedric Coward goes on an 8-0 run by himself to take the lead. And what we didn't realize at the time was that was the last bit of juice in this apple. And now we're just left with a dry apple.
Like a dried core apple with worms sticking in it, because like I don't know, like, I mean, Vince was good down there. I just don't know, man. I don't understand.
I thought Vince was good pretty much the whole game.
The whole game except the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, because Vince is one of those players that if you're going to give him some rope, he's going to do some good things. I thought offensively he was fine yesterday. I thought he was fine. It was just fine. He flirted with a triple-double. I think it was like, 15, 8, and 9, or 15, 9, and 8, or something like that. Flirted with a triple-double. But at the same time, yeah, if you give him that much room, he's going to do some bonehead stuff, like take a dribble, hezzy step back three at the shot clock, and they're going to make you want to, like, go kick your dog. But you just kind of have to give when you take with Vince.
Yes. It's a double-edged sword. That's the thing. It's where you're like, oh man, this is really sharp, and then you come down the other side, you're like, oh shit. That's not supposed to happen. Let me look at that. Like, for all, this game is it's so tough to look at this game from like the top to the bottom and be like, oh man, the plus minus of the starters was all really good. I like what I saw. Why did they lose by 10? And then it's just like, when the wheels came off of this, they just came off fast. I mean,
I recoiled yesterday. I believe it was Reggie Miller. It may have been Iron Eagle. I don't know. One of them said, as the Grizzlies were, there was two knuckles, and the goose was cooked. And he said, as Harrison Barnes makes his, 40th or 50th consecutive point against us, he says, this is just a young team. Talking about the Grizzlies. And I recoiled. I was like, we are not young. This team is not young. We've been doing this for a while. And then I look at the court and the people that are playing, and it is Jaren in year 7, and Cam Spencer, Jalen Wells, Zach Edey, and Cedric Coward, who combined have 7 years of experience in the NBA. And I'm like, okay, looks like a team that's rebuilding.
When you say it like that, sure as hell does, man. That's, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to give the person credit. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Joe Mullinax, but it was. If their job was to tank, last night was a masterfully done job of doing it, because
for real,
it's starting to look like a rebuild. Like that, the product that included what you just said. And you want to talk about
in defense of the coaching staff, I guess. Who would you have rather been on the court?
Who else you playing? Well,
I mean, I think I would, given Cam Spencer's night and the fact that you're down by 6 at the time, ended up being 11 or whatever. You kind of need Cam on the court. He's been shooting fireballs all game. Yep. It's just kind of. Would you rather have KCP than that's kind of your team?
I mean, it's. Well, I think we were talking about this in our group chat with Wayno. Like, Edey, second-year player, maybe our second most important guy right now.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt to that at all.
Okay, yeah. So, and then you've got Cedric, rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like we've been saying, like somehow we didn't double down on youth. We just became young. It's not we didn't double or triple down. It just we just became young again somehow. Like you take KCP off this roster. I'd be curious what the average age is.
I would say 22. And that's only because we only draft veteran college players.
College guys.
So this is increasingly becoming Zach Kleiman's problem to me.
Yeah, yes.
I'm not a fan of Tomas. I waxed unpoetically last night at 11 o'clock about how the most important thing you can do going forward is do whatever accentuates John Morant, makes him happy. Like that's the first and only goal is once he gets healthy is to put a spark into him, and however you do it, if that's firing the coach, if that's making a trade, I don't care. That's what you have to do. That's priority one. But this team just isn't deep. We talked about being a deep team, but we just keep on kind of relying on projected growth. And we've just not seen that realized. Jalen Wells, it doesn't always work linearly. Like Jalen Wells had a really good first-team All-NBA, All-Rookie season. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to take a jump to a fringe All-Star. And G.G. Jackson had a really good season as a freshman, as a rookie, on a lost season with 1,000 injuries. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to take the next step to be, most improved. But instead of that happening, they've all kind of dipped the wrong way, and you've put too much stock in those people. And I don't know how you fix it. I mean, you keep saying you're in the market for these players that you don't get. So I don't know if you're just being stingy or you're scared to pay or what. But you just the only headlines that we get are like you missed out on this guy, you missed out on this guy, you missed out on this guy, and then it took trading away your third best player to get a vet, a dog, in KCP, who we thought would rebound back to what he was, and because of that, you also get Cedric Coward because of a second trade to move up in the draft, which is your crown jewel right now, of young players, and it's just not good enough to compete now. Like this team would be better with Desmond Bane right now. Like if you could somehow finagle history in a way that allows you to have Desmond Bane and Cedric Coward, you can't. But this team needs shooting. We had one, and it's just GMing is not a profession in which it's possible to bat 100%, but it's becoming increasing. Its batting average continues to go down.
Yeah. And the it doesn't matter how many at bats you get. Like I'm gonna equate that to drafting because the dude drafts incredibly well.
Exactly.
He gets a lot of bites at that apple, and gets tries. But it's like doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many at bats you get if you miss more than you make. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's like you may be really good at drafting, but like if nothing else clicks into place, like that drafting youth. That just gets you youth. Like that's you draft guys to take their rookie year. Cool. To
take your baseball analogy a little further. So we're not. I believe you have to build this team through the draft. You're the core in your draft, and you got extremely fortunate by getting the second pick. You got extremely fortunate by falling to the fourth pick to get Jaren, and then you made a change here, or you made a trade. You made some action here to move up to 10 to get Cedric Coward. Those are all good moves. The rest of these, the GG, the Jalen Wells, the Vince Williams Jr., all these second-round guys that they've gotten, they're doubles. Well, you can't just live on doubles. You've got to put one. You got to have You got to advance the runners. You've got to keep doing this. If you're just going to hit doubles, you've got to keep hitting doubles to get runners home. And there's just not enough consistency hitting doubles, and just to you can't just do it in the draft. It's the most important thing, which is why I've defended Zach Kleiman a lot. It's the most important thing to build a team in a small market, to do it in the draft. It's the easiest way, but you also have to supplement that with the right free agents. Yep. And we're in the process of being 0 for 2 in our last prized additions that were not made through the draft. We'll see it. Ty Jerome, he's going to be great. I think he will. But Smart didn't work. KCP didn't work. You look down the list of people you've brought in that you didn't draft, and they haven't worked. So you've got to figure out a way, or else you're just going to continue being the youngest team in the league.
Which isn't where any of us thought we were going to be, and when you have John Morant and when you have Jaren Jackson Jr., that's not where we thought we would be. That's not where we expect to be, And
let's be honest, Jaren Jackson Jr., if put in situations that allows them to succeed and be happy and have that pep in their step, they make all these doubles look like home runs.
Yes, they do.
There was a time in the last fun season that we ever had as Grizzlies fans where we thought Zaire Williams could be the fourth best player on this team. And that's because he played alongside John Morant and was catching lobs and shooting open corner threes all day. Turns out he's just not good at basketball unless he's playing with John Morant. But that's a real thing. When John Morant plays basketball and he's happy Ja and he's got that spark, that fire, that intensity and ready to kill you, like that's a player that boosts the ceiling of everybody on the team. And so you can look back at this if they figure out what's going on with Ja and Jaren and get 90 to 100% of what they're willing to give or capable of giving, then it's going to make Zach Kleiman look smart again.
Yeah.
They just can't do it by themselves.
Yep. Real quick before we get off this game, we haven't really talked about T.I. much. He's 1-19 now, I believe, against teams that are
good
500
teams.
Good teams. I guess I'm assuming that number includes 4 playoff losses against Oklahoma City. So, just take those out. He's still
2 play-in games.
2 play-in games. So, I had like a 25 game mark before I kind of started being like, but man, I'm getting to where like I don't know. Those stats are hard to argue. It's hard to be like, man, this guy just can't win against good teams. And that's like, it's tough to argue the opposite point when there's really no evidence to support that.
I defended Taylor Jenkins a lot last year because I felt like players win games. Players win games. We know what Taylor Jenkins is. He's a good coach. He thrives more in the developmental phase of it, so I would be ready to hear some criticism that he wasn't capable of taking you to the next level, from development to execution to competing for a championship. It's fine with that, but we didn't know that. And last year, everybody bailed on Taylor despite John Morant not playing basketball and being a malcontent. And I hesitated to give Taylor Jenkins all of the blame. We talked about a pie chart a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of people putting 75% of the pie chart on Taylor Jenkins, and I was like, hold on, John Morant refuses to play basketball. So players win games, and the coach's role is to put them in position to win games and set a culture. So I say all that to say, that was last year. I defended Taylor. I'm done with T.I. I don't really care. There's not a threshold that I feel like needs to be met. And any threshold that was out there preseason saying like, okay, I'm going to give him 25 games or I'm going to give him until the All-Star break. I throw all that out the window when your best player publicly attacks him and is unhappy. Taylor Jenkins, the communist offense, all that last year was good. The offense was good. The only downside was that it didn't feature John Morant, which in itself, that one con was enough for me to want to explore another offenses. Like, you've got to be able to featured Ja. But Jaren had a great year. He was one vote away from All-NBA. Santi had a breakout year and a contract year.
Got paid,
all these players down the bench played with Jake LaRavia, played well in this offense. The difference this year is that Ja's not playing well, Jaren's not playing well, nobody's playing well. This offense is not working for anybody. And I just and you've got the whole am I going to play the lineup, the hockey shift changes? I mean, all this other kind of stuff is just weird, and nobody's on board, and it's causing lots of heartache. And I'm not willing to just to die on the hill with a coach. I think is where I'm at. You look at what a professional franchise, a championship franchise did, I guess that was 3 years ago now. Milwaukee Bucks won a championship in 2021 or 22, whichever one it was. And then a year and a half later, they fired Bud, and they hired Adrian Griffin. And Adrian Griffin got sideways with Giannis. Giannis wasn't happy. And Adrian Griffin lasted like 15, 20, 25 games, and they fired him and went and got Doc Rivers, who was
They were good, and they were winning.
They were winning, and he was sitting on his couch or in a production network somewhere calling game. I don't remember what he was doing. And they just kept winning, but they injected it with a coach that knew how to handle star players. And they just continue to be good. And, yeah, Doc Rivers has got his flaws. But my point is that's what it looks like when you're taking care of the mental faculties of your superstar player. And it's not – no coach is worth just allowing Ja to sit there and be miserable. Yeah, Ja holds a lot of the blame here. But if he's your superstar, as bad as it sounds, like you just got to coddle him. You've got to put him in a situation in which he's happy, and Tomas Isolo is not worth trying to shove this square peg in the round hole. And unfortunately, Zach Kleiman has kind of put his neck on the line for Tomas Isolo after last season's debacle and hiring him without interviewing anybody else this season. Like, it's probably both, which means a change isn't going to happen. Yeah. Like, if you fire one, you fire both, which is why Zach Kleiman's not going to fire him. We're going to kind of sit in purgatory all year. And I'm not willing. Mike Malone's just out there. I think doing Prime Network or something. Mike Malone's out there. There's 1,000 coaches out there that have coached high-level NBA basketball that have a feel for this and can coach a superstar. There's no point in trying to take this sledgehammer with this big square peg and just beat it into this round hole, all to benefit Tomas Isolo.
I agree, and I don't think there's much that I want to add there. Well said, sir. Well said. Before we take a break, did you watch any other games last night?
I did not. I camped out. Listen, the Grizzlies held my interest, and so I just stayed with the home team here and watched it out. So I did keep up with some scores. It seems like there was some close ones, but
the only thing that I thought was of note, other than I need the Suns to stop winning for the love of God, LeBron came back. I just thought that was of note. And
how did he do?
So he had 11 points, 12 assists in 30 minutes. He was a +1.
You telling me on the first game of the season at 41 years old, he played 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
If he can do it, so can we. We are young.
Oh, I mean, us or the team? You and me?
The team. No, I couldn't give you 30 minutes of straight line walking. But
I was like, bold move, Cotton. Bold move. I don't know. Don't let me into this. I couldn't. No, I agree with you. If he can, he only took 7 shots too. Like if LeBron can do it, so can us. That's really the point of this. Like I don't understand it.
Cedric Coward is like 23 years old, and he's got just a tweaked muscle, and they're like, oh, you can only play 25 minutes. Like, buddy, I thought we were young.
LeBron's 40.
Well, somehow we are both extremely young and immature, and we are
old and
we are so broken down and scared of falling. I don't know.
This is awful. God, we need to leave it to Sacramento. That's who we play next. That's everybody's happy in Sacramento, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to jinx it. Let's take a really quick break. When we come back, let's talk. You know what? Let's talk something fun. Let's talk college ball, right? Yeah. Right after this break, we'll talk fun stuff. We'll be right back.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story. Calling all Tiger fans, your place to watch the first round matchup between the Memphis Tigers and number 1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers is at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Collierville, Tennessee. 4:30 p.m. Thursday, November 20th. Come hang out with Bluff City Media at the South's premier sports bar. Great food, beer specials, and large television screens will make Mugshots the place to be to cheer on your Tiger basketball team. Also, Tigers Live, the premier Memphis Tigers postgame show, will be live after the game from Mugshots. Come hang out with us this Thursday.
Some games define a season, but the Egg Bowl defines a state. It's not just a game. It's bragging rights, family lines, and hatred that few rivalries can match. Forget records and rankings. In this game,
unsportsmanlike conduct on all players of both teams.
The tradition is chaos, and this year could be the most yet. Mississippi State has something we haven't seen in years, a bite behind their bark. Starkville believes again that the Cowbells will be out in force. Across the field, Ole Miss comes to town with everything to play for, but that's not what we're talking about. Lane Kiffin's dramatics hang like a dark cloud over Oxford. The Rebs have dodged distractions before, but never with this much on the line. This year's Egg Bowl promises to be crazy. It's for postseason positioning, state supremacy, and an opportunity to play spoiler like never before. What will be the story this year? The only guarantee in this game is chaos, and Grind City Brewing is your home for every single second.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I didn't know about that commercial. I felt like I just don't want you to think I did it on purpose by asking you to be on today. It feels like I kind of got you.
I didn't know about that commercial either.
I didn't know. Just like, what the hell?
Listen, if you're going to cut a promo for an Egg Bowl, don't get Mr. Bulldog to do it, okay? Like, just what a slap in the face to unbiased journalism.
Oh, that's so good.
He said he talked the bite behind their bark, and the Mississippi State had something to play for, and then he's like cuts to Ole Miss and he says, "Oh, Ole Miss having everything on the line, but a black cloud of coaching rumors, and they've never faced this much distraction. What'll happen as it shows a video of Mississippi State students storming the field?" Like, get that. You're lucky I'm still here. Oh, and by the way, all this is just to promote an event on Black Friday. Well, you waited way too long in that promo to talk about what you were wanting to talk about, which was a live show on Black Friday at Grind City Brewing Company.
We are presented by Trilogy Tattoo. Before that Black Friday event, there is also an event tomorrow that isn't as biased because it's a bluff. Well, it's biased if you're Tiger. Man, I'm laughing. I'm crying. That got me. We are presented to you by Mugshots Grill and Bar. They are great. Tomorrow, 4:30 p.m., first round of the Baja Mar tournament, Memphis versus the Purdue Boilermakers. It's going to have great food, beer specials, lots of big TVs, and we're going to have a live Tigers live show right after the game. It's at 656 West Poplar, Collierville, Tennessee 38017. It's going to be wonderful. Go check them out. Rusty said there's going to be a Purdue contingency, so we can't let that happen. Well, I mean, we could, but better not. It'll be lame. We also, I don't know why I'm yelling, Grind City Brewing. We are also sponsored by them. Cider Fest is this weekend, y'all, at the Memphis Farmers Market, 1122. There's going to be vendors, farmers, food, live music, and they got 4 special ciders on draft. Apparently, they are good. Rusty, try them. So if ciders are your thing, go here. It's at Grind City Brewing at 76 Waterworks Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. Great. Everything's great. When we are also presented to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, which we will be hopping over there periodically here in this next segment because we have got to break down the third college football playoff rankings.
Cider Fest.
Oh, let's get Cider Fest out of here. There we go. Let me get it. Okay. There's a better screen for us. Here we go. Okay. So this came out last night. We have not got to talk, you and I, about the college football playoffs. So what the big thing that changed here is Alabama fell from 4 to 10. You've got Ohio State still at 1. The top 3 didn't change. Indiana 2, A&M 3. Georgia jumped up to 4. Texas Tech is 5. Ole Miss, Rebels. Ole Miss, Rebels, almost Akbars. They are 6. Oregon 7. Oklahoma 8. After beating Alabama, they jumped up in here. You got Notre Dame 9. Alabama 10. Miami 11. And they got Tulane right now sitting at 12. And if I'm not mistaken, you can't really see it because I got the comments up, but they have Miami and Tulane as having to win their conferences to make this playoff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. That is the ACC and the ACC champ and the G5.
G5.
Yeah.
So, what jumped out to you this week, man? Like, what is there anything glaring out of this?
I mean, it was interesting to see Alabama fell to 10th. I was curious where they were going to put them. Alabama falling all the way 10 behind 2-loss Notre Dame is interesting to me. Notre Dame and Miami, listen, the ACC's bad. Miami's got 2 losses that aren't great, but head-to-head, Miami and Notre Dame both have 2 losses. Well, one of Notre Dame's losses is to Miami, and so it's kind of really hard to put Notre Dame 2 spots above Miami.
It's weird.
Albeit, the ACC is wholly unimpressive. It's just been an awful year for the ACC, and Miami's 2 losses are much worse than Notre Dame's other loss, which they lost to Texas A&M, and Miami's lost to
they lose to Virginia?
Maybe. I don't remember. It was Georgia Tech, maybe. I should have even started this line of thought, but it's 2 ACC games, and the ACC is not good. So I get all the semantics, the eye test. Notre Dame is just going to get the benefit of the doubt every time. Mm-hmm. I don't really have a huge beef with this at all. I mean, the top 4 wasn't going to change. Wasn't going to be any different. Georgia moves up from 5 to 4 with the loss of Alabama. 1, 2, and 3 stay the same. Texas Tech probably deserves to be 5 or 6 with Ole Miss. That's interchangeable in my opinion. I would rather Ole Miss be the 5 just because you're getting the G5 champion, but I would gladly host Miami and Oxford, Mississippi in the first round of the playoffs.
I was going to ask.
That would be amazing.
You dog walk them, right? I feel like you would dog walk them.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss would be a favorite. Listen, there's nothing about Ole Miss that you can project at this point. Yeah. We don't even know who's going to coach this team in, 9 days in the Egg Bowl. It's just been an absolute cluster in Oxford, Mississippi since you beat Florida. And so, that's impossible to project what this is going to look like. Honestly, it could be at the point to where anybody on this, between the 5th and the 12th seed hopes to go to Ole Miss because they will be without a coach, and Ole Miss could be the target by the end of this. I don't know, but as of right now, like I want Ole Miss to be the 5 or the 6 seed because you would either get the G5 champion or the ACC champion, which could be Miami, could be Georgia Tech, could be Virginia. They're just projecting Miami right now.
Yep. I mean, right outside of this grouping, I mean, you got BYU and you've got Utah.
Yeah.
BYU,
I believe they were 10 and 12, maybe in the rankings, or 11 and 12.
They were 11 and 12. BYU started out, I think, when they first dropped this bracket, they were in the top bracket. They've only got one loss.
It's just to Texas Tech, and it was a bad loss.
Bad loss.
It was a blowout. Yeah.
Yep. So, I think we're probably my biggest thing. I mean, it's not I see this and I'm like, Memphis, man, they just had to take care of business. It's all that had to happen.
Well, there's Memphis fans have a reason to be more upset than Grizzlies fans. I mean,
yeah, good God.
You're currently, I guess, you've played 9 games, so you're 7-2, or no, you played 10 games, so you're 7-3 right now, and your 3 losses are bad losses.
Yeah.
East Carolina and UAB and
Rice. They lose to Rice.
Rice?
No.
Did they lose to Rice?
No. I'm confused. Ignore me.
Who'd
they lose to last week?
I don't remember. The last week was East Carolina. But,
That's right.
It's just a terrible season. Oh, and Tulane. That's the other one.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, as an Ole Miss fan, if Lane Kiffin leaves, my first call I would make for a head coach is John Sumrall, who is the coach at Tulane. So it wouldn't hurt my feelings one bit to see Tulane take a loss and get out of the playoff.
So you can
because, like all responsible coaches, they will coach their team through the playoffs unquestionably, without a doubt. Like, what are you talking about? This is the reason why we play football.
Yep.
So that would be a deal breaker for John Sumrall, I would suspect, as it would be for probably 167 other coaches not named Lane Kiffin. And so I don't know. Maybe we can work out an agreement where John Sumrall can coach in the playoffs, but for Ole Miss.
Yeah, that makes it. That got me. That's really funny. I don't know. I love this. This is becoming when Tuesdays when they run. This is like the best time of the year. Like I love this, and I when they announce this bracket. Now, how many weeks we got left? Yeah, there's
we got 2. So
right?
This week is a garbage week. Just by the scheduling, this is when you schedule your last cupcake more times than not.
Yep.
Sorry, I was grabbing my schedule.
And
as far as SEC,
what's happening?
Yeah, as far as SEC goes, you've got an SEC on SEC matchup between Arkansas and Texas, Tennessee and Florida, Vandy and Kentucky, Oklahoma, Missouri, and that's it. That's the only SEC matchups. The rest of them, like Alabama plays Eastern Illinois, Auburn plays Mercer, Georgia plays Charlotte, LSU plays Western Kentucky, Coastal Carolina goes to South Carolina, like Samford goes to A&M. It's just a weak schedule, and Ole Miss and Mississippi State just don't play at all. They're taking a week off before rivalry week, and next week is the big one. That's your rivalry week, and so that's kind of what you're preparing for now.
Yep, next week's going to be big. I'm excited. Rivalry week. I can't.
It's really hard to say.
Rivalry week. Yeah, I'm not pissed. Rivalry week will be fun. It will be fun. You know what? Before we get out of here, you know what time it is? Let me look at my clock. Oh my God, you see what time it is? It's time for your daily dose of It's a Trap. I got him. The name of the game is It's a Trap. It's presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, named after Admiral Akbar, almost Ole Miss Rebels mascot. Man, can you imagine if Lane Kiffin was going through this controversy with like an Admiral Akbar pullover with just his face on it instead of the Ole Miss? I mean,
Listen, if you want to talk about Lane Kiffin, we may be here till 8:30. I'm willing.
Hey,
but
you've got a Tennessee fan here, brother. You want to talk till tomorrow's $2 sports show?
This would be so much worse than Tennessee. Him leaving Tennessee.
It would
that
be
was
worse.
the biggest black eye of his career.
It would be worse.
That's the most public black eye of his career. This would be so much worse. Like I said, I think there's 168 football teams in the NCAA Division I or something like that. Maybe 130. Regardless, big number. Every coach says that our goal is to it's stupid, but every single coach says our goal is to make the playoffs and win a champion. If you're not trying to win a championship, then what are you doing here? And this is the culture we're building is on championships and looking forward and competing at the highest level. And to even entertain the idea of leaving, it just makes me want to say, like, let's make this really simple. Make it really simple. Go.
Yeah. Bye.
I mean, I'm sick of, and Ole Miss, I feel like in the media has always kind of been treated like little brother for when situations happen like that. It's like, okay, yeah, he has the opportunity to go to Florida and he's an Ole Miss. Of course, he should go to Florida and little Ole Miss. I feel like in the media right now, Ole Miss is the darling. It's like, why in the world is he doing this right now? It's a really bad look for Lane. And if he tweets out today or tomorrow that he has signed an extension, like, good, like, okay, come back, you're successful. Winning cures a lot of stuff here. But on the other side, if he leaves, like, bye. I won't miss you. I won't miss this whole fiasco that's going on. Like, there's so many. He flies his family to Florida and to LSU to time commutes between certain subdivisions and the stadium and looking at high schools and stuff like that. And I realize that I think that happens pretty often.
Yeah.
I think that's probably happened to it wouldn't surprise me one bit if John Sumrall has sent his wife or niece or sister-in-law or mom to Auburn, Alabama to scope it out. Like, that's due diligence, and you don't want to buy a car blind. You don't want to buy a house without seeing it. Like, I get that. But
research.
The public nature that Kiffin requires to do all this in the public arena is just an absolute black eye, and it's dividing the locker room. I'm on a message board that I'm just a viewer. I respect these two Ole Miss insiders for their journalistic integrity. It's not like a message board where it's just like everything's pomp and sunshine with Ole Miss. These guys they're pretty unbiased and break realistic news, and they put out this morning that it is despite their best efforts, reality has happened, and it's started to be talked about in that locker room. And your coaches are frustrated. Some players are becoming frustrated, and this is a day and time in which the transfer portal, it is only open a certain amount of times, but they are tampered with 24/7, and public interest and personal interest is much higher, because if I get hurt, I'm missing out on a potential payday. No. Every single game I go out there, I'm missing out on next year's payday. And you just inadvertently start to withhold your best efforts. And football's a dangerous sport that you can't half do. And when you start thinking about next year's paycheck and if you're not stable where you're at, then you inadvertently take your foot off the gas a little bit. And it's just, it's avoidable. At bare minimum, just lie. Just lie.
Yeah.
Do it under the guy. Do it under a cloak of darkness somewhere. Do whatever you've got to do. Just keep it quiet. Hide. There's no situation. There's no plausible way that it is not impossible to keep this under wraps. Coaches do it all the time.
Every day.
I know he's a high-profile coach. The media, he's a media magnet, but there are ways to do this without being spotted and just lie your way through it. And that would be better. That would honestly be better. It's just lie.
What our politicians do. Just do what our politicians do. I mean, it's what you are. It's what you are. I mean, like, you're a politician at this point. I mean, these jobs, there's probably just as like Congress seats and head coaching jobs in the NCAA.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably the same amount of number. It's a prestigious thing.
In 5 years, in the last 5 years, which is Lane's whole coaching tenure outside of that weird first COVID year that he had. So in the 5 years since, from 2021 season to now, Ole Miss with a win in the Egg Bowl will have 50 wins in 5 years, and that's third in the SEC behind Georgia and Alabama. Like I don't really know what you want.
Yeah, I
don't really know what you want. Like if that's not good enough, bye. I'm just
sorry.
There is a line of pride here that you are crossing. You've done this once before in 2022, and it tanked the whole season. The team was not built to overcome the drama that was Lane Kiffin. You lost 4 out of your last 5 games, and everybody was pissed when you decided you were not going to Auburn. And you've done it again. Thankfully, the team has responded better than that team did, but you still have to beat Mississippi State in Starkville in 9 days to get into the playoff, to lock in the playoff. And all we're talking about, and it's the most frustrating aspect of this. I'm going way too long.
I didn't mean
we
to make
are
you
9-1. We are 10-1 in the greatest season since segregation. And this is what we're talking about.
It's so stupid. It's really stupid. I'm sorry that
we
you
have only one time ever has Ole Miss won 10 games in a regular season. That was 2 years ago. Went 10-2. It was great. Elation. We have the opportunity for the first time ever to go 11-1 in the regular season and punch a ticket to the playoff. And we're talking about our coach wanting to leave.
Stupid.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. This probably isn't the time to let pride do the talking, but the pride in me is like, get out. You don't want me? You don't want to be here? Go.
I don't need you. I feel you. I feel you, dude. I'm sorry that you got to deal with it. You want to talk about the Heisman odds?
Yes, please. Sorry, I hijacked your segment.
No, I loved it because I forgot. This makes me look like an a-hole. I forgot. I haven't seen you in so long. I forgot that you're the most into this. Like you are in the Ole Miss stuff, and I haven't got to talk to anybody about it. And I'm sorry.
Well, it's probably a bunch of folks you don't want to talk to right now because they're all mad.
Everybody's pissed.
Everybody's mad.
Oh well, let me see if I can cheer you up. You know how to play this game. It's named after Admiral Akbar. I'm just going to give you 3 odds, and it's who's going to win the Heisman this year. You got to tell me which one of these is a trap. This is an interesting race. You remember when Arch Manning was favored?
Yeah.
Which one of these is a trap? Is it A, Fernando Mendoza, plus 100? B, Julian Sayin, plus 200? Or C, Diego Pavia, plus 550 to win the Heisman Trophy?
Okay. What I always think about first is do I agree with the order? And I do agree with 1 and 2. I don't know that Pavia's 3, but I would put him 3rd in that list. Plus 100 is really short odds, but Fernando Mendoza is the favorite. I know he is the favorite. And I do know that he's higher than Sayin, which means you're probably not lying about both. And those are pretty tight odds. I would say Pavia is the trap.
See, I appreciate the work you put into this because you don't have the app. You actually got to think. You're not like these other fools.
I don't cheat. Rusty cheats.
That's right. Mendoza's the favorite. He is plus 100. I'm with you. I thought that was a little high, but he is the favorite. So Marcel Reed is the 3rd highest odds at A&M. He's plus 550. Diego Pavia's got the 4th highest odds, plus 1,500. In my mind, Vanderbilt's going to have to win out, and he's going to have to play balls to the wall for this to matter.
Unfortunately, I don't think Diego Pavia has a shot, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
I believe that Diego Pavia has earned an invite to Radio City Music Hall for the ceremony.
Yes.
They don't always bring 2, they don't always bring 3, they don't always bring 4. They bring, if there's kind of a lump at the top, they bring them all. I hope Diego Pavia is invited because he is the most important player to a team that is competing. And Vanderbilt's got 2 losses.
That's important. That's important in this race.
Vanderbilt's got 2 losses or 3?
2.
2.
Yep.
And so they go win on the road at Neyland Stadium last week of the year. And then who do they have? They play Kentucky in Nashville, and then they go to Knoxville to play at Neyland Stadium. If they can end the season 10-2, Diego Pavia better be there. And Clark Lee should be your coach of the year, and especially over Marcel Reed, which he's fine, but they're undefeated. An undefeated team's quarterback is always going to be in the Heisman talk. All the top 3 favorites are all quarterbacks for undefeated teams.
Yep.
None of them's played anybody, including Texas A&M, who we talk about the vaunted SEC. Texas A&M has found a way to play everybody that sucks.
It's really funny. Doesn't make any sense.
They got real crazy. There's a Mendoza line, or there's a cutoff about 2/3 of the way down the SEC standings, and Texas A&M's played everybody below that line. They've not played Alabama. They've not played Georgia. They have not played Ole Miss. Yes. They haven't played. They've beaten Florida and LSU, and they haven't even played Vanderbilt. It's just Mississippi State. I mean, Auburn. They just haven't played anybody that's good.
No,
that's coming from Ole Miss, who's got a really soft schedule.
Yeah. Who would you invite to the Heisman ceremony?
I kind of have a soft spot for the linebackers. Like if you can throw in a defensive guy,
I agree. Throw one in there.
I feel like there's 2 Ole Miss guys that should be in the top 10. I'm not saying any of them should be invited, but Trinidad Chambliss deserves to be a Heisman contender, as well as Kewan Lacey. He's in the top 2 in NCAA in yardage, and he's number 1 in touchdowns. And again, you're just talking about importance factor to a team. Kewan Lacey is the most important player on this Ole Miss team. He had 250 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns last week against Florida. He's just an animal.
Trinidad Chambliss, you can put money on him. I was curious if he was listed on the odds. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He has the 14th highest odds. He's the last
Who's
person.
On either side of him?
He's the last person you can. He's nobody behind him. Dante Moore ahead of him. Him and Dante Moore have the same odds to win the Heisman right now, plus 40,000.
Yeah, and Dante Moore would win the Heisman over him. Like they're just not gonna. They're not gonna put respect on his name.
Nope. So. Which I would. I mean, I hope they invite him. You can send an Ole Miss guy up there, you cowards.
Lord knows Lane won't be there in Radio City Music Hall supporting him.
I'm so sorry. That's going to do it for our show today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you. Comments. You guys were popping. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We got a full slate of shows today. 2 Bucks at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Saint at 1. No post-game bounce today because there's no game. We'll have a post-game bounce tomorrow after the Kings game. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Trilogy Tattoo. Thank you, Grind City Brewing. Thank you, Mugshots. Thank you, Vandal. Thank you, Uncle Buck. And if we can leave you with anything today, anything at all, remember these 2 things. 1, be weird a little bit. 2, how do you do that? 2, remember to smile. Oh, my God. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to The Daily Grind. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.